Welcome to OCP TV, the newsroom for the Open Compute Project Foundation. I'm Laura Noland at the 2020 OCP Virtual Summit. Joining me today is Partho Mishra, the President and Chief Product Officer at Cumulus Networks. Welcome, Partho.
Thank you, Laura. Great to be here.
So tell our viewers about Cumulus Networks and what you do.
Well, Cumulus Networks is a pioneer in open networking. We developed, the first ideas around hardware-software disaggregation. We pioneered a project called ONI, and then, over the last 10 years, we've gone on to demonstrate that disaggregation works at scale. We have close to 125 hardware switches on our compatibility list, and we're going strong, motoring along. I run the product and engineering team at Cumulus Networks, so essentially setting the product vision, product direction, and then of course, kind of running the engineering associated with making all this stuff become real.
Wonderful. So you are sponsoring again this year. You're back to an OCP event. Why does Cumulus want to be a part of the OCP Summit every year?
We think of OCP as being a community effort. As they say, it takes a village, and it's particularly important for someone like us to be part of the process, to demonstrate thought leadership. We have a bunch of young companies, new companies that are coming into the fold, helping provide guidance, and also just to check out what's going on. There's always some cool technology that comes in, and we want to be abreast of what's going on, and it's great from all of those perspectives.
Do you have any news to share with the OCP Virtual Summit this year from Cumulus Networks?
It's been a busy year. There's been a bunch of things that we've been working on. About a year or so ago, we started this brand new product development around something called NetQ, which is companion to our flagship Cumulus Linux network operating system. And we are about to do a major new release for NetQ 3.0, which essentially provides support for automation, for lifecycle management. Essentially a buzzword, but really what it means is it's making it easy to access open networking, making it more easy to use. And there's also a whole bunch of work that we've done around taking open networking and pushing it into campus environments. Historically, open networking, a lot of the stuff that's being done at OCP has been focused on data center. And what we are now beginning to see is that there's a lot of applications of this in next generation campus networks, and we are working very closely with a bunch of partners to get that going.
So as you're collaborating and sharing your news with the OCP community, what do you hope will be the outcome, the takeaway from this year's event for Cumulus Networks?
Well, what we are looking for is the ability to continue the momentum. I would say that in the last 3 or 4 years, we've had breakthrough after breakthrough in terms of wide-scale acceptance of the idea of open hardware platforms, of disaggregation. You're now seeing this not just for data center, enterprise, web scalers. You're seeing this with service providers. You're seeing this in the campus. So what we're really hoping is that momentum continues. That's number one. The second thing that I would say is what you're now beginning to see is the participation not just of hardware vendors and network operating system software companies like us, but all kinds of cool companies coming out of the woodworks that are building tools, that are building very modern telemetry systems and various other things that all help build out the overall solution. And that's one of the things that we're looking forward to. There's been a lot of industry excitement around Sonic, around Project Dent. These are all, community events, community activities where there's collaboration going on with the OCP in terms of bringing to market some very clever, very innovative next generation software technologies.
So how can the OCP community benefit from the solutions from Cumulus? I know there's a lot of sharing and discussion and collaboration during the event. What can the OCP community take away from and benefit from leveraging your solutions?
Well, there's a broad range of technologies that we've developed, and these have been widely adopted. But if there's one thing that I need to highlight, it is that for our customers, the big aha moment is all around automation. The idea that you can push a button and you can have 100 switches just come up, right? And, and what we've also discovered along the way is as we've developed all these capabilities, there's a little bit of a steep learning curve in terms of, learning how to set up all of this automation and so on. So as a way to bootstrap this, what we've done is we've open sourced what we call a production-ready automation toolkit. And this is available. I mean, if you just go to a Google search on production-ready automation, Cumulus, it'll show up. But the idea is that we've open sourced a bunch of stuff, which is essentially allows you to set up a data center automation system with almost no effort. That's number one. But our bigger vision around this is to make this be a community-driven effort where people can develop additional capabilities, contribute it back to the community, and in that way, continue the forward progress.
So how would you say that your products are helping accelerate the open source mission and initiatives that are set forth?
I would say the most kind of direct evidence of that is in the widespread adoption. It's easy to come up with technologies. It's easy to prototype things. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. It's when things get deployed. And I'm happy to say, the last year and a half, we've seen massive deployments, thousands of switches, and deployment of this technology in mission-critical networks. And we think that that's a beacon to everyone else that's looking at this and going like, is this stuff ready for prime time? And, our feedback is, you betcha.
Mm-hmm. Great response. You betcha. So what resources do you have available for our viewers to learn more, and where can they find those?
We have a ton of training material and tools that are available. If you go to our website, which is cumulusnetworks.com, and within that, /learn/resources, there's a wealth of training materials there, including not just documentation and so forth, but kind of do-it-yourself guides, things that allow you to essentially take a test drive, try out a lot of these technologies, and learn more about what open networking is all about.
Wonderful. Well, I appreciate you joining us today and appreciate your time to share with us. Thank you again.
My pleasure, Laura.
And thank you, viewers, for tuning in to OCP TV. Enjoy the virtual show.